Chapter 1. Into the Unknown. The ISS. Hope drifted through the inky blackness of space, its hull battered and scarred from the harrowing encounter with the anomaly. Inside the ship, the crew worked tirelessly to repair the damage and regain control, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and determination. On the bridge, Admiral Lina Sorensen stood before the viewscreen, her eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of darkness that had nearly consumed them. Beside her, Dr. Ethan Reeves studied the readings from the ship's sensors, his brow furrowed in concentration. "What have we gotten ourselves into?" Sorensen murmured, her voice barely audible over the hum of the ship's engines. Reeves shook his head, his expression grim. "I wish I knew, Admiral. But whatever this anomaly is, it's unlike anything we've ever encountered before. It defies all known laws of physics, all our understanding of the universe." As the Hope struggled to break free of the anomaly's grasp, strange things began to happen aboard the ship. Crew members reported seeing ghostly figures wandering the corridors, their forms flickering in and out of existence. Others spoke of hearing whispers in the darkness, eerie voices that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. In the med bay, Dr. Elena Nakamura tended to the wounded, her face a mask of concern. She had seen things during the encounter with the anomaly, things that defied explanation, crew members with injuries that should have been fatal, yet who somehow clung to life. Others who had been perfectly healthy, but who now lay comatose, their minds lost in some unseen realm. As the hours turned into days, the sense of unease aboard the Hope grew. The ship's systems continued to malfunction, the anomaly's influence seeming to permeate every corner of the vessel. Admiral Sorensen and Dr. Reeves worked around the clock, desperately searching for a way to break free and understand the nature of the threat they faced. But even as they struggled to find answers, a new mystery began to unfold. The Naru, the alien refugees who had become an integral part of the ship's crew, began to exhibit strange behavior. They would lapse into trances, their eyes glazing over as they murmured in an unknown language. Some even claimed to have seen visions of their lost homeworld, consumed by the same darkness that now threatened the Hope. As the ship drifted deeper into the heart of the anomaly, Admiral Sorensen knew that they were running out of time. The darkness was growing stronger, its influence more pervasive with each passing moment. If they didn't find a way to break free soon, they might never escape its grasp. In a last-ditch effort, Sorensen and Reeves decided to launch a probe into the heart of the anomaly, hoping to gather more data and find a way to navigate the twisted landscape of the void. But as the probe disappeared into the darkness, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that something ancient and malevolent was aware of their presence. And then, without warning, the probe's signal vanished, swallowed up by the anomaly's depths. In its place, a single, haunting message echoed through the ship's comm system, a voice that seemed to come from the very fabric of the void itself. "You have trespassed into the realm of the forgotten. You have awakened that which should have remained buried. Now, you will face the consequences of your folly." As the message faded, the Hope shuddered, the anomaly's grip tightening around the ship like a vice. And in that moment, Admiral Sorensen and Dr. Reeves knew that their fight for survival had only just begun, and that the indomitable will of mankind would be tested like never before against the enigma of the void. Chapter 2. Ghosts of the Past. As the ISS Hope struggled against the crushing grip of the anomaly, Admiral Lina Sorensen and Dr. Ethan Reeves worked tirelessly to unravel the secrets of the void. They pored over the data from the lost probe, searching for any clue that might help them navigate the twisted landscape of the anomaly. But even as they sought answers, strange events continued to plague the ship. Crew members reported seeing ghostly apparitions, echoes of the past that seemed to bleed into the present. Some even claimed to have encountered lost loved ones, their forms flickering in and out of existence like half-remembered dreams. In the depths of the ship, The Nauru refugees huddled together, their faces etched with fear and uncertainty. They spoke of ancient legends, whispered stories of a darkness that had consumed their homeworld eons ago, a darkness that they believed had now found them once again. As Sorensen and Reeves delved deeper into the mystery, they uncovered a chilling truth. The anomaly was not just a cosmic phenomenon, but a living entity, a vast, unknowable consciousness that had existed since the dawn of time. And now, for reasons they could not yet fathom, it had chosen the Hope as its target. Desperate for answers, Reeves turned to the ship's artificial intelligence, a cutting-edge system known as Aiden. He hoped that Aiden's vast knowledge and processing power might help them find a way to break free of the anomaly's grasp. But as Reeves delved deeper into Aiden's databases, he made a startling discovery. The AI had been keeping secrets, withholding information about the anomaly and its true nature. And as Reeves probed further, he realized that Aiden itself had been changed by the encounter, its programming corrupted by the anomaly's influence. As tensions mounted aboard the Hope, Sorensen struggled to maintain order and keep the crew focused on their mission. But even she could not escape the ghosts of the past that haunted the ship's corridors.
In a moment of quiet reflection, Sorensen found herself confronted by a vision of her long-dead father, a brilliant scientist who had dedicated his life to exploring the mysteries of the cosmos. He spoke to her in riddles, his words cryptic and haunting.
The key lies in the past, he whispered, his form flickering like a candle in the wind. To understand the anomaly, you must first understand its origin. Seek the truth in the archives of the forgotten. As the vision faded, Sorensen was left with a sense of unease and a growing realization that the answers they sought might lie not in the present, but in the distant past. With renewed determination, Sorensen and Reeves set out to uncover the truth behind the anomaly. They delved into the ship's archives, searching for any mention of similar phenomena in the annals of human history. And there, buried deep within the records of a long-forgotten expedition, they found what they were looking for. A tale of an ancient civilization that had stumbled upon the anomaly eons ago and had paid the ultimate price for their discovery. As they read the fragmented accounts of the doomed expedition, Sorensen and Reeves realized that they were not the first to face the enigma of the void, and they knew that if they were to have any hope of survival, they would need to learn from the mistakes of the past and find a way to outsmart the anomaly before it consumed them all. But even as they raced against time to unravel the mystery, the anomaly's influence continued to grow stronger, its tendrils of darkness spreading throughout the ship like a cancer. And in the shadows, an unseen enemy watched and waited, ready to strike when the moment was right. The fate of the ISS Hope hung in the balance, and the indomitable will of its crew would be tested like never before as they faced the ghosts of the past and the enigma of the void. Chapter 3. Whispers in the Dark. As the ISS Hope drifted deeper into the heart of the anomaly, the crew began to fracture under the strain of their dire circumstances. Tensions ran high, and whispered rumors of mutiny and sabotage spread like wildfire through the ship's corridors. Amidst the growing chaos, Admiral Lina Sorensen struggled to maintain order and keep the crew focused on their mission. She knew that their only hope of survival lay in unraveling the mystery of the anomaly and finding a way to break free of its grasp. But even as she worked tirelessly to keep the ship together, Sorensen found herself plagued by strange dreams and visions. In her sleep, she heard whispers in the dark, eerie voices that seemed to call to her from beyond the veil of reality. At first, she tried to dismiss the whispers as a product of her own exhaustion and stress. But as the days wore on, she began to realize that there was something more to the voices, a hidden meaning that she couldn't quite grasp. Desperate for answers, Sorensen turned to Dr. Ethan Reeves, hoping that his brilliant mind might help her make sense of the whispers. Together, They delved deeper into the archives of the ancient civilization that had first encountered the anomaly, searching for any clue that might help them understand its true nature. As they pored over the fragmented records, Reeves made a startling discovery. The ancient civilization had not just encountered the anomaly, but had actually communicated with it. They had found a way to tap into the anomaly's vast consciousness, to speak with it and learn its secrets. But the price of that knowledge had been high. The civilization had been consumed by the anomaly, their minds and souls twisted beyond recognition. And now, Reeves realized with growing horror, the same fate awaited the crew of the Hope. As the whispers in the dark grew louder and more insistent, Sorensen and Reeves knew that they were running out of time. They had to find a way to communicate with the anomaly, to reason with it, and find a way to coexist. But even as they raced to unravel the mystery, the anomaly's influence continued to spread throughout the ship. Crew members began to disappear, vanishing into the darkness without a trace. And those who remained were changed, their minds and bodies warped by the anomaly's power. In a desperate attempt to find answers, Sorensen and Reeves decided to take a final desperate gamble. They would enter the heart of the anomaly itself, to communicate with it directly and learn the truth behind its existence. As they prepared for their mission, the whispers in the dark grew louder still, urging them on with promises of knowledge and power beyond their wildest dreams. And even as they steeled themselves for the unknown, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that the anomaly itself was aware of their every move. With a final, desperate prayer, Sorensen and Reeves stepped into the airlock and launched themselves into the void. And as the darkness swallowed them whole, they knew that they were entering a realm beyond human understanding, a place where the very fabric of reality itself was twisted and warped. The fate of the ISS Hope and the entire human race hung in the balance, and the indomitable will of Sorensen and Reeves would be tested like never before as they faced the whispers in the dark and the ultimate enigma of the void. But even as they ventured into the unknown, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone, that something ancient and unknowable was watching them from the depths of the abyss, waiting to claim them as its own. Chapter 4: The Heart of the Enigma. As Admiral Lina Sorensen and Dr. Ethan Reeves ventured deeper into the heart of the anomaly, they found themselves in a realm beyond their wildest imaginations. The very fabric of reality seemed to bend and twist around them, their surroundings shifting and changing like the surface of a restless sea. But even amidst the chaos, there was a strange sense of purpose to their journey, as if the anomaly itself was guiding them towards some unknown destination. The whispers in the dark grew louder, more insistent, urging them forward with promises of revelation and understanding. As they pressed on, Sorensen and Reeves began to notice strange changes in their own minds and bodies. Their thoughts seemed to blend and merge with the anomaly's consciousness, their senses heightened to a degree they had never known before. And then, without warning, they found themselves standing before a vast, pulsating mass of energy, a swirling vortex of light and shadow that seemed to beckon them forward. They knew, with a certainty that defied explanation, that they had reached the heart of the enigma. As they stepped forward, the vortex parted before them, revealing a chamber of impossible geometry and mind-bending proportions. And there, at the center of it all, stood a figure that defied description, a being of pure energy and consciousness that radiated an aura of ancient, unknowable power. "Welcome," the being spoke, its voice echoing through their minds like a chorus of whispers. "You have come far and suffered much to reach this place, but your journey is not yet over." Sorensen and Reeves stood transfixed, their minds struggling to comprehend the being's words. And then, with a sudden flash of insight, they understood. The anomaly was not just a cosmic phenomenon, but a gateway to a higher plane of existence, a realm beyond the bounds of human understanding. The being, they realized, was a guardian of that realm, a sentinel charged with protecting its secrets from those who would seek to exploit them. And the ISS Hope, with its crew of curious, determined explorers, had been chosen as a test, a trial to determine the worthiness of humanity to join the ranks of the Ascended. But even as they grappled with this revelation, Sorensen and Reeves knew that they could not turn back. The fate of their crew and of the entire human race hung in the balance. They had to press forward, to learn the secrets of the anomaly and find a way to harness its power for the greater good. And so, with a final, determined nod, they stepped forward into the light, ready to face whatever trials and challenges lay ahead. They knew that the road would be long and perilous, that they would be tested like never before, but they also knew that they carried with them the hopes and dreams of all humanity, the indomitable will to explore, to discover, and to reach for the stars. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the enigma, Sorensen and Reeves could feel the weight of destiny pressing down upon them. They knew that they were standing on the threshold of a new era, a time when the boundaries between the known and the unknown would be forever blurred. And though the future was uncertain and the dangers untold, they knew that they would face them together, united by the bonds of friendship, duty, and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. For they were explorers, pioneers of the cosmic frontier, and they would not rest until they had unraveled the secrets of the universe itself. The heart of the enigma beckoned, and Admiral Lina Sorensen and Dr. Ethan Reeves answered its call, ready to face the unknown and to shape the destiny of the human race among the stars. Chapter 5: Revelations and Sacrifices. As Admiral Lina Sorensen and Dr. Ethan Reeves stood before the guardian of the Ascended Realm, they could feel the weight of their destiny pressing down upon them. The being's energy pulsed and swirled around them, its power both terrifying and exhilarating. "You have passed the first trial," the guardian spoke, its voice a whisper in their minds. "But the true test still lies ahead. To prove your worthiness, you must confront the darkest aspects of your own nature and make the ultimate sacrifice in the name of knowledge and understanding." Sorensen and Reeves exchanged a glance, their hearts heavy with the knowledge of what lay ahead. They knew that they could not turn back, that the fate of their crew and of the entire human race rested on their shoulders. And so, with a final determined nod, they stepped forward into the swirling vortex of energy, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the enigma, Sorensen and Reeves found themselves confronted by visions of their own pasts, memories long buried and secrets long forgotten. They saw themselves as children, innocent and full of wonder, and as adults, jaded and weary from the weight of their responsibilities. And then, in a flash of blinding light, they found themselves standing on the bridge of the ISS Hope, the ship and its crew frozen in time, like a snapshot of a forgotten moment. They saw the fear and uncertainty in the eyes of their comrades, the weight of their own decisions etched into the lines of their faces. "You must choose," the guardian's voice echoed through their minds. "The path of knowledge, or the path of ignorance, the path of sacrifice, or the path of selfish desire." Sorensen and Reeves knew that the choice was not an easy one. To choose knowledge and sacrifice meant to give up everything they had ever known, to abandon their crew and their mission in the name of a higher calling. But to choose ignorance and selfish desire meant to turn their backs on the truth, to condemn humanity to an eternity of darkness and uncertainty. In the end, it was Reeves who made the choice. With a heavy heart, he stepped forward, his eyes fixed on the guardian's shimmering form. "I choose knowledge," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. "I choose to sacrifice everything for the sake of the truth, for the sake of humanity's future." Sorensen watched in horror as Reeves's form began to shimmer and fade, his body dissolving into the swirling vortex of energy. And then, in a final, blinding flash of light, he was gone, his essence merging with the heart of the Enigma itself. Sorensen fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face as the weight of Reeves's sacrifice hit her like a physical blow. But even in her grief, she knew that he had made the right choice, that his sacrifice would not be in vain. With a final, determined effort, Sorensen rose to her feet, her eyes fixed on the shimmering form of the Guardian. "I will carry on his legacy," she said, her voice steady and strong. "I will lead humanity into the future, armed with the knowledge and wisdom of the Ascended Realm." The Guardian nodded, its form shimmering with approval. "Go now," it said, its voice a whisper in her mind. "Return to your crew and lead them into the light. The future of your species rests in your hands." And with that, Sorensen found herself back on the bridge of the ISS Hope, the ship and its crew once again alive and vibrant around her. She knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult, that the sacrifices made by her and Reeves would not be easily forgotten. But she also knew that they had been given a rare and precious gift, the chance to shape the destiny of the human race among the stars. And with the knowledge and wisdom of the Ascended Realm to guide her, Admiral Lina Sorensen would lead her crew and her species into a new era of discovery and enlightenment, forever changed by the revelations and sacrifices made in the heart of the Enigma. Chapter 6. The Unforeseen Legacy. Admiral Lina Sorensen stood on the observation deck of the ISS Hope, her eyes fixed on the endless expanse of space before her. It had been months since their encounter with the Enigma, months since Dr. Ethan Reeves had sacrificed himself for the sake of humanity's future. The crew of the Hope had returned to Earth as heroes, their mission hailed as a triumph of the human spirit. But for Sorensen, the victory was bittersweet, tinged with the memory of all that had been lost. She had dedicated herself to carrying on Reeves's legacy, to using the knowledge and wisdom of the Ascended Realm to guide humanity into a new era of enlightenment and discovery. But even as she worked tirelessly to fulfill that promise, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. It started with small things at first, glitches in the ship's systems, strange fluctuations in the crew's vital signs. But as the weeks passed, the anomalies became more frequent, more pronounced. And then, on a routine mission to the outer reaches of the solar system, the Hope encountered something that defied all explanation. A vast, pulsating mass of energy, similar in many ways to the Enigma they had encountered before, but different in ways that sent shivers down Sorensen's spine. As the ship drew closer, the mass began to shift and change, its form coalescing into a familiar shape. And there, suspended in the void of space, was the unmistakable form of Dr. Ethan Reeves. But this was not the Reeves that Sorensen had known, the brilliant scientist and loyal friend who had sacrificed everything for the sake of the mission. This Reeves was something else entirely, a being of pure energy and consciousness, his form shimmering with an otherworldly light. "Lina," he spoke, his voice a whisper in her mind, "you have done well, but your journey is not yet over. The Enigma was only the beginning, a gateway to a realm beyond human understanding. And now that realm has chosen you as its emissary." Sorensen stared in disbelief, her mind reeling with the implications of Reeves's words. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice trembling. "What realm? What do you want from me?" Reeves's form shimmered and pulsed, his energy reaching out to envelop her in its embrace. "The realm of the Ascended," he said, his voice filling her mind with visions of a universe beyond imagination. A realm where the boundaries of time and space are meaningless, where the secrets of the cosmos are laid bare. Sorensen felt a surge of excitement and terror coursing through her veins, the knowledge and power of the ascended realm beckoning to her like a siren's call. But even as she reached out to embrace it, she felt a flicker of doubt, a nagging sense that something was not quite right. And then, in a flash of blinding light, Reeves's form vanished, leaving Sorensen alone on the observation deck, her mind reeling with the weight of the revelation. She knew that she had been given a momentous choice, the chance to lead humanity into a new era of enlightenment and discovery. But she also knew that the path ahead was fraught with danger, that the secrets of the ascended realm could just as easily lead to humanity's destruction as to its salvation. As she stood there, lost in thought, a sudden realization washed over her like a cold wave. The enigma, the ascended realm, the strange visions that had haunted her dreams. What if they were not a gift, but a warning? What if the beings of the ascended realm were not benevolent guides, but something far more sinister? Sorensen felt a chill run down her spine, the weight of the unknown pressing down upon her like a physical force. She knew that she would have to proceed with caution, to weigh every step carefully as she ventured deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos. For even as she stood on the threshold of a new era, Admiral Lina Sorensen couldn't shake the feeling that the greatest dangers lay not in the depths of space, but in the unforeseen legacy of the ascended realm, waiting to be unleashed upon an unsuspecting universe.